The incident on Deimos and the subsequent invasion of the Earth had barely been cleaned up when the UAC activated a secret facility on one of the moons of Jupiter. The new technology was established to continue the Dimensional Gateway experiments, now under strict military supervision. But the Lords of Hell had made preparations of their own. When the portals reopened, they didn't just send through hordes of demons. They sent an entire spaceship made of steel, stone, flesh, and bone.
The TNT site has been totally compromised. The science team's dead, the military garrison is possessed, and it's only a matter of time before that hell ship starts making its way toward Earth. Clear out that base, and stop that ship by any means necessary.
Understood.
Hello, my name is Shallow. This is the first part of Final Doom. This is TNT Evilution, the expansion for Doom, often just called TNT, which is a shame because Evilution is a great title. This is the first map set made by Team TNT. Their credits are on screen now. You'll probably recognize at least a couple of those names. I have a bad habit of sitting on the title screen and talking a bunch, so I think we'll just jump into this and we'll talk about this as we go. This is a full 32 map set, so we'll have plenty of time to discuss what exactly TNT is all about as we go. Alright, first things first, we are playing this with Final Doomer Plus. This has a TNT guy class in it, so we're going to be doing that. I'm running this with a number of mods just to squeeze the most I possibly can out of TNT. Oh boy, that red on red is hard to read. Thanks, Evilution credits. Woo, here we go. All right, map 1. Traditionally, the way to do this is to berserk your way through it, save your ammo, but I'm gonna save that berserk pack for the end of the map because I want to play with Final Doomer's pistol. Is pretty good. Final Doomer's a little overpowered. Whatever. I'm not trying to prove anything to myself by playing TNT. Yeah! Alright. I am playing this with Devilus's quality of life patch, which adds in some widescreen stuff. It also includes a MIDI pack. One of the cool things TNT did that Plutonia did not, its counterpart in Final Doom. TNT included custom MIDIs, but not for every map, just for a couple. They half-assed it a little bit, which is a shame because the MIDIs that are there are pretty good. So what this MIDI pack does is it gives the maps that didn't get custom MIDIs, and it remixes the existing MIDIs. So if you like your TNT MIDIs, don't worry, they're still here. They're just updated a little bit, which is nice. I always like this room. It feels like a, I don't know, I like it when tech bases give me the sense that UAC buildings are all sort of built to the same standard. They're all, like picked out of a catalog, right? This feels like a very similar room to Entryway. So that will have opened this up. Here's where we get our shotgun. All right. Goodbye pistol for now. The Final Doomer TNT shotgun is quite good. It's a tight little group of pellets instead of a wide spread. So it's a lot better at single targets. A lot of the time I'll hear people say, people that are new to Doom go, hey, I've heard bad things about TNT, but I've just started it and it's pretty good. What's going on? And the common response is keep playing, because TNT starts out good and gets worse. But I think some of the issues with TNT crop up immediately here in this first map. For instance, right here, exit door. Oh no, I need a blue key for that. I better go Looking for the blue key, right? If you scour this map, you will not find a blue key. You can't do it. And that's because you don't, I mean, you do need a blue key to open this, but just approaching this door opens up this. Now, you're gonna probably do that just while looking around. It's not a big deal, but it's that sort of lack of polish that I don't like to see from an official product, you know? It's fine in a user map. If id Software knocks on your door and says, hey, we want to publish your map set, I don't know, put a little more polish into it. We have custom skyboxes. I love these skyboxes. TNT does not have these natively. These are part of Eliasim's intermission map screens, oddly enough. There's our key. Whoop. Chain gunner ambush. And there's our chain gun replacement. Double Uzis. One of the things I really love about Doom 1 that sadly Doom 2 does not have are the intermission maps. They didn't come back for Doom 2. I guess they're a lot of work to implement, so that's too bad. They never came back for any of the official expansions, but the Doom community being what it is, are incredible, and they've made intermission map screens for a bunch of WADs, including TNT. And the WAD that adds those map screens also does skyboxes, so that the maps now match the skies. Check this out. I didn't know this was here for the longest time. Maybe this is news to someone else as well, but there's no way to actually get back up this elevator once you're down here. But you can open up this teleporter, and this will teleport you back here. Let's grab the Berserk now so we can get our health back up. We found all the secrets, right? Yep, all the secrets, just one. The other cool thing you can do is if you step into this cubby without hitting the button, these lower, and you can grab the ammo. Pretty cool. I always forget about that, and I run up and hit the button before grabbing the ammo. There we go. There's our intermission map. Look how cool that is. TNT has a pretty iconic intermission screen. Maybe I'll put that up now, just so we can take one quick look at it. Look at that. Ah, melancholic. Wonderful. I do like that intermission screen, but I like maps. I like maps, so we're gonna do maps. That's system control done. Let's head into human barbecue. All right. Look how much cooler this looks with these custom skies. I love it. Human Barbecue is a great map. I like this one a lot. It is very funny that it starts out with a human barbecue. All right, and then we leave that starting room, and then we never see any human barbecues ever again. It's just a whole map named after one little set piece right at the start. It's great. It's got a very John Romero sort of vibe to it. Whoop. Spectres. Let's punch these guys out, save some ammo. There we go. So here's our chainsaw replacement, the Halderman device, named after Ty Halderman, who I think is was the team lead for TNT. Here's a suspicious wall. We'll get to that later. We've got a Spectre wandering around out here. One thing that Final Doomer does that I'm not really sure how to feel about is they like to do a chainsaw replacement that gives you some kind of utility. So what the Halderman device does, it has these different modes. So vision is a flashlight, essentially. Pretty cool. Defense mode, while that's active, you can't take damage. It's essentially invulnerability, with the trade-off being that you can't fight back while it's on. And the other one is hazard mode, which is a portable radiation suit. I don't know. At least with this weapon set, you have to actively use it. It's not like the White Mare one, that's just a free permanent radiation suit. There's a little more thought put into this one, at least. Whoops. All right, let's go looking for some keys. We're gonna need some keys here. The zombies have all been given helmets. I've gone and put that together. There's a million people out there that have done sprites of zombies with helmets, but I had to go and do my own because I wanted to make sure they were, they had all 8 rotations. They're all based on Marfy's sprite fix project as well, so they've got all those fixes. I'll probably upload that somewhere when I upload this video so you can download that yourself, but you can find sprites like that all over the place. The chain gunners are a little harder to find with helmets, but they have helmets too. I wanted to give them double Uzis so they would match Final Doomer, but that's a little more work than I wanted to put in. I wanted helmeted zombies just to make them feel a little more like militarized, you know? I've never managed to do this room without triggering the pinky ambush. If you shoot at these enemies that come out of this closet here, if you hit that back wall, pinkies come out. Usually I trigger them just incidentally while dealing with the zombies and imps. I've never finished one fight before triggering the other before. This is a first. There we go. All right, what do we got here? This part of the map is a little bit annoying, I will admit. So you can't actually go up these stairs here. But if you push this button, it raises that up, and now if we exit this area and go back to where we started, we can jump from that now open window onto the stairs. Which on the one hand is a cool way to reuse an area. I'm always a fan of reusing areas. On the other hand, it is a lot of running around. You'll see. Just let me get through this Kako ambush real quick. Come on. There we go. Sure, give me these. All right, now we gotta run all the way around again. Back up here. And now this window's open, so because this has like an awkward dip and then there's a lip up at the top here, I pretty frequently whack my head on that and don't make this jump. Yeah, I did it that time. Okay. It's very annoying. Here's a yellow key and a free map. This counts as a secret, but it just sort of opens for you when you get the yellow key, so it's not a very secret. Here comes another thing I have an issue with on this map. So if we check the map, because we've been given it, you can see that there's a room over here. And I guess you could tell that the texture's a bit offset, but it requires a blue key. This isn't a secret. You have to go through here to progress the map. I don't know why it isn't just marked. Anyway. The blue key's over here. However, if you jump down to get it, oh well, now I can't get back up. Okay. We have to go all the way around again. It's just disrespectful map design. We gotta do this jump again. Alright, now we can open this. Oh! Knight and a pinky on a tiny little platform. Cool, I avoided the worst of that. What'll happen a lot here, at least when I play this map, is you'll back up to get some space and you'll fall off. Fighting that Hell Knight and that pinky, and then you'll have to do another lap again. Very annoying. Alright, this elevator's cool at least. Counts as a secret, not a secret. Tight hallway, but whatever. This room is cool at least. We're gonna grab ourselves a soul sphere because we're gonna need it. And we got all these barons and then knights dancing up on these pillars. Like Duke Nukem babes or something. You'll notice they are standing on teleporters. So if we push these buttons, those are gonna open up these teleporter closets and we can telefrag them. Yeah, they're gonna hit these barrels, which is gonna be a little dangerous. And one of these buttons, I don't remember which. That one. Lowered this one baron down. But he's guarding a super shotgun, which in this case is a auto shotgun. I like Final Doomer's auto shotgun quite a bit. It shoots in 4-round bursts and then has to reload, which I think is a pretty cool gimmick. It's pretty powerful, but I find it kind of engaging. You've got to sort of keep track of where in the 4-round burst you are. Like right now, I have no idea. I had a full 4. Okay, so that was a waste. I'll find myself a lot of the time ending a fight in 2 or 3 rounds, and then you're left with this question: do you waste the remaining rounds in your burst so that you can reload and start the next fight with a fresh 4? Or do you leave yourself at a little bit of a disadvantage and save ammo? I like that. I like having to put a little bit of thought into my guns. If you're gonna make me overpowered, at least make me do basic arithmetic. Alright, we got these guys here. There's a soul sphere in the middle there. We'll get to that in a second. So here, for example, I have 2 rounds left in this burst. I'm not gonna reload because I've got plenty of space here. I got lots of room to maneuver. Oh, I actually had a full 4 there. See, I counted wrong, but even if I hadn't, stuff like that you gotta think about. Or you can think about. You don't have to. It's just Doom. Don't overthink it. This button here, what that has done is if we go all the way back inside, remember where those specters came out of? This little closet here? Yeah, this is open now. There we go. Now we can get our soul sphere. And if you're very good, you can probably make that jump. I'm probably not going to be able to do it. No, because I backed off of the platform. I usually can't make that jump anyway. It is possible to do it. I've seen people do it. I don't think I've ever managed to make that jump. Yep. There we go. Yep. Alright, that should be all the secrets, I think. Yep. Great. Yeah, so far so fun, right? I like these opening maps quite a bit. They are... I mean, they have room for improvement. They're not... They're fun. They're on thin ice. And unfortunately, the ice is going to get thinner the further we get into this. Power control. This is another kind of fun one that's got some weird stuff to it. Look at the sector lighting, first of all. Wonderful. Love a good bit of sector lighting. Oh! I made another wad for this. I made a texture wad that replaces a lot of the UAC iconography on some of the textures in Doom with TNT stuff. TNT comes with custom textures, but it also uses Doom 2's base textures So I just went and overhauled those to give more of a complete experience. I guess I'll upload those too. That'll be in the description. Like this TNT door. It's a UAC door, but I figured let's put TNT on there. This map set, you'll see in later maps, loves to slap the TNT logo all over the place. So it's not like there was going to be a shortage of TNT iconography. I just wanted to put some more up just for fun. Oh, see ya. Let's follow him. Oh, God. TNT does love its hit scanner spam. It's not as chain gunner ambush heavy as Plutonia. Plutonia, I think, uses its chain gunners more intelligently. It's a lot meaner about how it does ambushes. But TNT likes to just put zombies all over the place. That'll become a real problem in a later map. We'll talk about it when we get there. I'm just gonna keep saying that this whole time. I have a bad habit of sitting on the main menu screen, I've noticed, and talking about the WAD I'm about to play for a long time before I start, so. We're, what, 3 maps in now? I could still be on the main menu talking. You're welcome. I'm learning. Making little baby steps to improve. This is a map that, kind of when I think of TNT, it's always sort of this map that I think of. This section especially, with this sort of hub area with these spokes. I don't know. This is a very evocative sort of map, I think. It sort of hits that middle ground between John Romero's slightly more abstract tech bases and the build engine's very realistic renditions of real places. This is, you know, I don't know what the hell this is, but if you use a little imagination, maybe it's some kind of control tower. It's very short because of the way Doom's sector height stuff works. But I don't know. Here we go. Oh no, we've already been in there. There should be another door that doesn't require a key around here somewhere. That's yellow. That's red. What? Oh, right. These teleporters. Always. This part's annoying. There's red key. So at least we've got that. Have I killed everything in here? Looks like I got it from outside, yeah. Okay, so these teleporters. They're in sets of 2. One will take you to this outside ring. And if you take the neighboring one, it'll take you to one of these little guard post things. There is a secret in one of these, and I can never remember which one it is. You gotta use the back wall on one of these teleporters. We're just gonna... There we go. Maser charge. Great. That'll be ammo for our plasma replacement when we get there. Very groovy of the final Doomer developers to use the Doom 3 plasma gun reload sound effect. One of the best sound effects in Doom. I don't care who you are, new Doom fan, old Doom fan, I think we can all agree that the Doom 3 plasma gun sound effect is incredible sound design. Perfect, no notes. I really like the Uzis. I need a crowd of weaker enemies to really use it on, though. All right, the missile launcher. Yeah. It's kind of tricky to use. The rocket doesn't accelerate right away, annoyingly enough. Let's see here. Small missile launcher with delayed propulsion system built into the missiles. While slightly harder to predict when they'll hit things, it makes the design compact and fast firing. Sure. I'm not really sure what the trade-off is on this thing. Maybe more damage? I don't know. This is annoying. Watch this. That just raises this tiny little bridge while your back is turned. Why do that? Why? Why, TNT? I'm just remembering the first time I played this map. I got lost here forever until I realized what that button had actually done. I mean, it took me forever to find this button and then to figure out what it had actually done. Because the texture behind this is the same as this wall, so at a glance, if you're over here and you're pushing buttons, and this is probably worse with like software rendering or whatever, this blurring off into the distance, it's gonna be hard to notice. Just put a normal bridge, TNT. Or put the button in a place where I can see the bridge raise up at least. Ugh. Whatever. This is prime Halderman device area here. There we go. Let's grab this. Let's grab this. There we go. Normally you'd have to be quick about that. Take a little bit of damage. Not today. Thanks, Dr. Halderman. All right. More skeletons. And thankfully, we've already shot up all these guys from inside that secret earlier. Here's our first archvile. If you're familiar with Plutonia, it has some mean archvile placement. We're like 4 maps in, getting our first archvile, and it's one of the easiest archviles you'll ever fight in a Doom WOD. It's entirely incapable of resurrecting anything. You've got a ton of cover. Barely an inconvenience. All right. Got him. Oh, there's one left. All right. There we go. And the final Revenant. How are we doing for kills and secrets? We got them all. Nice. Any TF2 players out there? Just remind you of Turbine at all? This thing reminds me of Turbine. Maybe it's the Turbine. Who knows? Let's get out of here. All right. This is going to be a little bit of a short one today. I had a lot of stuff going on, so I don't have a ton of time to record, but that's the start of TNT Evilution. We will continue on from here next time. Oh yeah, this has been a long time coming. I'm glad it's finally happening. I hope you're happy. For the one person who asked for this. Take it easy.